Hello guys, welcome back. So today, this is actually my first attempt at casting an Age of Empires 4 game. So we'll see how this one goes. Now, it's between a chap called Aoe2 Phillips, I'm just going to call Mr. Phillips, and my good friend Farmman Official, who's playing in the red. So we've got the blue player as Chinese, Farmman playing as the Rus over in the red corner. Probably going to go for well, unsure as to what to do with the Rus on a hybrid map like this. Do you just go for your normal bog standard fast castle into horse archers, or do you go on to getting a little bit of a fish economy going? Depends really. But yeah, talking to Farmman, and he mentioned that someone had tried tower rushing him with the Chinese. And it appears as though Mr. Phillips here has been watching my build order video for the Chinese tower rush. So I checked the build before I've casted this just to be sure, and it certainly was my build order for this. So Mr. Phillips, if you are watching, thank you very much for watching, and I hope you find this build order useful. Okay, so we're playing on the Nagari map. It's quite an interesting one to do a tower rush on because there's quite a long way to travel with your villagers. It's not like on other maps where you can just go in a straight line across the map to your opponent. Obviously you've got this lake in the middle there, and there's also these cliffs on either side which are creating quite a barrier, so it's not even though you can just come straight down here. It's going to be pretty awkward, quite a way to travel. So in my Black Forest video I recently uploaded, I did a Chinese tower rush on Black Forest, and worked out pretty well. I did mention on there that it generally works quite well on hybrid maps, I've noticed, and that's purely because your opponent will generally be trying to get a bit of a fish boom going, and spending a lot of time investing into early economy, into wood, and just getting a bit of a fish boom going before they go for any sort of military. So I generally find it pretty good in that respect. But this map is probably not one I would do the Chinese tower rush on, purely because of just how far you've got to walk, because you've got to loop all the way around these mountains and then come down. So rather than just go straight across, straight across here, you've got to go all the way around here to get there. So yeah, quite a challenging one to do it on. We should be looking at building the Barbican of the Sun very soon, probably within the next 20 seconds or so, for the blue player, if we're following the build order correctly and executing it well. Looks as though we should be on track for that. As for Farmman, looks as though he is going to be going for a fast castle. He's got everything on food there apart from those couple on the wood. The blue player does have the resources now to start building. There we go, Barbican and the Sun coming down now. So yeah, about 3 minutes 20 is generally the time that you would do that. Those wood cutters or lumberjacks should have been on the way down now. Which way is it going? Is it going the long way around? It's a bit strange. Oh, doubling back. Just going for a little stroll, little walk around the village, bit of sightseeing before they go forward. Just saying bye-bye to friends, family before they go on their little mission. And hopefully not an untimely death, but we shall see. But I mean, there's been about 30 seconds wasted there walking around the village there, so that's going to really hamper the time here, and it seems as though they're going off on a little bit of a detour even still. Now whether that's because he thinks there might be a dock there and he's trying to be sneaky, I don't know, but I mean, you could just take your scout and check that out, because yeah, this is quite the detour. Really, the first tower should be being made by now. As you can see, we're quite a way off, so certainly that 30-second detour around your village, let's put that off quite a bit, and then this big detour around the base as well. So rather than just coming straight down here and a more of a direct route, we've gone on a little tour. Now unfortunately, Farmman Official was waiting to collect these deer, with some scouts and been able to spot the villagers. So yeah, it's kind of very unlucky. I mean, the tower's going to be starting to be built now, but yeah, I mean it's about a minute late. That tower, this one, it needs to be, let's say, around 4 minutes. It's all about speed. But yeah, I think that detour on a map that already requires quite a long distance to walk, it's certainly cost him here, and so especially being spotted by the scouts, those villagers are going to go down. I think the tower's going to go up, but only one villager saved there, and one sort of sneaking around the back there as well. So 3 villagers down already, but you know, we've got quite a lot of villagers there, and the scouts for farmland official should be able to bring that tower down very, very quickly. Hand cannon emplacement is coming in, but we'll see. Well, it's not really going to make any difference, to be honest. I would just cancel that and save the resources, get those refunded. That's going to go down. The hand cannon placement coming in just as just as the tower goes down. So yeah, I think if the tower would have gone down before that came in, it may have got the resources refunded, but because it came in, yeah, lost out there. Tower there, yeah, that's going to go down as well. So not going too well with this tower rush, that is for sure. Now scouts just going over trying to clear up that villager. We can't see on the minimap, but we do have another 3 coming forward, so certainly being persistent with the tower rush, but that villager is going to go down by those scouts there. So the thing that has happened though is this has totally screwed up Farmman's build order in some respects, in terms of going for that fast castle horse archer rush. Very low on gold. He does have 2 tickets in the Golden Gate there, but certainly lacking on wood to sell. Plenty of food. Could have sold a bit of food, I suppose, but it's probably looking at investing into scouts here a little bit more. We've got 2 hunting cabins. Only one of them producing scouts at the moment. Yeah, probably could have sorted that out, but we do have 1 tower. It's going to cause a little bit of damage over. I don't actually know where it's attacking. Is it attacking the building? Looks as though it's attacking the hunting cabin, causing 1 damage per shot. So only another 730 shots left to do, and then it might come down. But professional scouts will be in soon for Farmland official. Obviously, quite delayed after all the harassment there, and with those tower attempts. Trying to loot around the back here. Trying to target that gold, and unfortunate again that the scouts were there. So Farmman being quite lucky with the scouts being in the right place at the right time. So yeah, unlucky for Mr. Phillips. Those 3 villages going to go down as well. So I think at this point, I think you're just going to have to call it a day with the tower rushing. Certainly not working out for you on this occasion, but we do have more and more scouts coming out for Farmman. So it actually looks as though we're going to be countering the Chinese cheese strat of the tower rush with a Rus cheese strat. So tale of 2 cheese strats indeed, with possibly scouts. Mass scouts with the number of them that are being produced. We've got loads of them queued up there, so it'd be quite interesting to see what happens there. I don't know why it's not queuing up from that hunting cabin. It's probably just forgot that it's there, or that it can make scouts from that one because it wasn't on the wood line. I don't know. But yeah, interesting. So Farmer's just going to go around, pick up the rest of the deer. Obviously it's cleared up that berry patch, so he needs to do something to get the food incoming, because right now he doesn't have anything on food, which is quite concerning for him. Get another hunting cabin down there. And we do have one of those villagers left over. Decided to make a barracks, and now we're going for stone towers, or stone wall towers. This is something that you see the Viper doing quite a bit. If you watch any of the Viper streams or videos, he makes a couple of wall pieces, sticks a tower on, and these towers actually shoot spring orbs. So certainly for the feudal age, these are very, very strong. So quite a good strategy actually. It's probably something I'll start incorporating into my own Tower Rush games, because they do have quite a good range on them as well. They actually have 9 range, so a little bit of extra range. They've got 3 times the HP of a normal tower, so yeah, I'll probably start incorporating that into my own Tower Rushes. Still go with mainly the normal wooden towers, but you know, stick one of these in here and there. Perhaps if I just want that little bit of extra range to get a wood line or something, make one of those. They're quite massive scouts now for Farman. Let's see how many we've got. Let's just stick over to his point of view. 13 so far. We do have some finally being made from that hunting cabin, some from that one, some from that one as well. So we've got 3 hunting cabins on the go producing the scouts, and more towers starting to come down. So and more villagers have joined the fray. We do have those defensive spearmen now, so they're really going to help in keeping the attack out of out of his way from those scouts. So looking over his base, is on the is on water now. I think they've actually stopped gathering. I think they've exhausted that fish pond there, or fish pile, whatever you call it. Just not quite noticed that, but yeah, quite good range on those Springwood towers. But you'll see we'll get another one down there very soon. So more and more deer being collected by farm official. A little bit of overkill there with that many scouts. Probably going to split those up, send half of them over to this one, clear that one up at the same time. He's adding archers now, so starting to probably not worry as such about all the spearmen, but it does certainly need to counter them. Certainly if the blue player does get quite a good mass of them. Now blue just starting to wall up the base, or wall up the map a little bit on this side. Possibly. I mean, it's going to be quite difficult to wall across here because of all these trees. So not sure whether that's going to help him too much, but just look at this sheer amount of scouts now. We've got 18 scouts so far. We've got more and more queued up and on the way from those 3 hunting cabins. Meanwhile, another stone tower down. Been able to push forward, started to get a wooden tower down. I'm just unsure whether he's actually going to be able to. I'm not sure what killed that villager there actually. I'm not sure. Yeah, those are being picked off by the other tower as well, so that's fine for him. Switch perspective, yeah, that's interesting. You don't actually see the range indicator on those Springwood towers, but you do on the outpost, which is interesting. But yeah, keep going forward with the Tower Rush now. Certainly causing quite a few issues. Farmman not reacted to this, unfortunately. So that could certainly cause him a few issues, although he doesn't really need to be on gold with the strategy that he's going for. Especially with having the golden gate, you know, could quite easily just go onto wood and just sell resources. Looks as though he has been doing that. He's got 0 tickets in there, but the spearmen coming forward now, starting to take down more and more buildings. So farmman official really under pressure at this point. But it doesn't look as though he's overly worried, because he's sticking with his cheese strat of going for scouts. As you can see, we do have more and more being produced. Now the only problem Farman's got at this point is that the scouts are coming out of here. Let's see if they actually survive. So he's being shot by the towers there, the Springwood tower. Oh, jeez, so that's crazy. I mean, the actual range there was way out of that. Don't quite know how that tower managed to pick him off there. That's a bit weird. But yeah, all these, have a look at this one as well. Yeah, so that one's gone down as well. So quite a few queued up in there as well. Essentially just throwing resources away with that one. Obviously he doesn't quite know about it, but we do have another hunting cabin down there and another couple here. Purely making these now for we've got a full hunting cabin spam here. There's so many of them now. Purely for making the scouts. So it does have quite a few scouts in play now. One of them even going to be taking a deer carcass into battle, just for extra insults. Yeah, is that one going to survive? No, that one's dead as well. So yeah, not a huge amount happening at the moment. We do have a ram coming in from the blue player, but not really. Farmman probably not even noticing this at this point. I mean, he could quite easily just send some of these scouts over and quickly tear that ram down. Yes, you might lose a couple of scouts to these towers, but I think it's going to be worth doing just to get the ram down. It's only the one ram, so not really seeing any more at the moment. Although he does have enough resources, the blue player, to make another one. He's got 400 wood in the bank, so he could make a second one and really push forward with this push, perhaps even make some more towers and just keep pushing forward. Just have the villager over there just standing idle. Probably a bit of a mistake from him, from being quite so passive there. Should have certainly got the next one on the way, but just so many scouts there. Although if they did hang around and the spearmen would clear those up easily enough, but the archers there being able to push back those spearmen. So yeah, certainly the archers causing them a few issues now, but certainly looking at these towers, they should be able to clear these archers up fairly easily. Which is why I say it still needs to keep producing towers, I think, if he can. That's another stone tower over here would be nice. Perhaps, yeah, we'll see. But Farmman Official going forward with 50 scouts at this point, so quite interesting. But blue player walled up nicely, fully walled there, preventing the scouts from getting in. So it's going to be a little bit frustrating for Farmman Official, because he's now got to run all the way back around that lake if he does want to get in, and the only place he can get in is down the back there. Once this wall has been built there as well. Blue player just got to be a little bit careful with this wood line. It's starting to, there's quite a few villages there. The wood line is certainly coming down fairly quickly, so just got to be careful not to leave a hole through the wood line there. More and more scouts flying out of these hunting cabins. There's 8 of them there. Has run out of food though. It's definitely run out of food though. So Farmman going to be in a spot of trouble. He's only got 27 villagers as well at this point, which is quite amusing. I think all these towers just must have totally wrecked them. So blue doing a good job down here, really screwing things over for Farmman. If we look at blue economy, 42 villages, so it's only got the economy advantage at this point, but Farmman certainly got the numbers with these scouts. Lots and lots of scouts, and that's not all of them. Some of them are running around the back here to try and get in. Farmman obviously must have set a gather point here, but blue player being able to quickly get walled up among those trees and really protect himself there. Meanwhile, did have a tower there now. Can't remember that one being there. Was that one there for quite a while? But certainly could do with making a bit more of a push here and trying to come forward a bit more. That ram's going to go down. Certainly, yeah. The blue player just needs to be more aggressive here, I think. He's got enough spearmen to kill off all these scouts. The scouts aren't particularly great against spearmen, and certainly if he'd got a good collection of rams together, it would have been absolutely fine. Probably expected there to be more archers than there are, but oh, looking at the top here, the blue player must have chopped. Has he chopped through? He's chopped through, and Farmman noticed that, and he sent villagers through. Not sure why he had villagers up there in the first place. I can't quite. I missed that bit, but has given the scouts the opportunity to come in. And how many scouts do we have now? 75 scouts. And these 75 scouts are just going to tear everything apart. Now the villagers obviously prevented the blue villagers from walling up or anything like that, and this is sort of you know, let's just see how quickly this Barbican of the Sun is going to melt. It's going to go down very, very quickly. All these scouts are causing 13 damage each. So, you know, 75 times 13, you do the maths. That's 70 times 13, but still, hell of a lot. So, first landmark down. We are only in the feud age for both players. And that town centre, final landmark, is going to go down very, very quickly. Another couple of hits, and that is going to be GG. Farmman official doing the counter cheese strat with a cheese strat of his own. And winning the game, even with 27 villagers or whatever he's ended up with. But GG, well played. Unlucky Mr. Phillips. I think the tower rush just a little bit too late in getting those towers down, and obviously unfortunate of being spotted by the scouts. That certainly ruined it. But GG, well played. Thanks for watching, guys. See you on the next one.